I've been in a hurry since I don't know when. Gotta bring it on back, start over again. Yeah, I'll bring it on back to a nice old pace, the kind where a guy like me wins a race. You slow it on down, take the time it takes to take a real good look around. Yeah, I'll bring it on back to a nice old pace, the kind where a guy like me wins the race. Well, I got me a woman, yeah, she's better than most. Yeah, I get the space I need to really cut loose. Yeah, she slows it on down to a nice old pace, the kind where a guy like me wins the race. You slow it on down, take the time it takes to take a real good look around. Yeah, I'll bring it on back to a nice old pace, the kind where a guy like me wins a race. You slow it on down, take the time it takes to take a real good look around. Yeah, I'll bring it on back to a nice old pace, the kind where a guy like me wins the race. Yeah, slow it down. Slow it on down, guys. Good vibes only to you.
I love
Always good vibes. Always good vibes only. So
her.
always appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Yeah. Good vibes, everybody. Welcome. I appreciate y'all being here. I see you guys down there. I appreciate the kind words. We'll be jamming a little bit here live as well. Appreciate that. Oh man, here in Southwest Virginia, guys, it is cold, cold, crazy cold. Uh, yeah, our yard is like a ice skating rink. No lie, it is just absolutely insane. I can't believe it's probably the worst freeze for me here in my little spot. I'm not saying it ain't done it before, but just here where I'm at, uh, it is as bad as I've ever seen it as far as just froze. Everything, like including our water, that sucked a little bit, just having to try to keep it, it I say it sucked. It could have been a lot worse. Been able to keep it unthawed, just have to go down, heat it up on the pressure switch, get it to kick back on, and it only does it when it gets down in single digits. But I think yesterday morning, I think it was -4 is what the temperature, or is what the weather or what our local weather said that it was. I don't know what the exact number was right here. I can tell you though, it was cold from an educated standpoint from where it was cold. Uh, yeah, it was cold. And it's the kind of weather that you can't or the kind of like cold that like the way it froze up, way we got that layer of ice and stuff, man, you just can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it's been definitely definitely a pain in the neck, man. Hey, I appreciate you, Jay Daly. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Welcome, guys. My name is Guy. This is Creating Change. I appreciate you guys being here. It is a little bit chilly even in my little spot right here, man. You know what I mean? It's just cold. It's just cold everywhere. I hope everybody's staying safe. Man, our road, luckily, we got some neighbors that do a good job, trying to keep it straight. So shout out to them. Because we live on a private road, we don't get no, we don't get no like town. Nobody does it. If one of the neighbors doesn't, they have a plow and stuff. And then, with salt and all that kind of stuff, trying to put it on it. It's passable for 4-wheel drive. You gotta have 4-wheel drive, but we get that right here in Southwest Virginia, here in Tazewell counties, where I'm broadcasting from. Broadcasting, that sound like I was on the AM dial or something, didn't it? Yeah, here I'm broadcast. But but it's just cold. It's just cold, and it's one of them deals that you just hope that everybody's got some warmth and some food and can get through it until at least it gets up above freezing. I don't know. It was in the 20s today. Oh, sunshine just enough to make like this skim of like slickness across the yard on top of the snow, because you don't go down through the snow, you're on top of it. Man, it's slick as a peeled onion. Your hind end will meet the deck so fast, like it will just it's dangerous. It's dangerous. But yeah, man. Yeah, just trying to get through it. Trying to get through it. Luckily, we haven't had no kind of power issues here in our little spot. Um, not a big bunch that I've heard about on the news. So that's a good thing, man. Everybody's just getting through it the best that they can. Um, and that's all you can do. You get kind of stare crazy a little bit. Just by nature. It's just the way we all are, and you start trying to figure out what you're gonna do. Hey, I see you, Jay Daly. Appreciate that. Said, I hope you become very, very famous one day. Well, oh, hell, I'm famous in my own right. I'm on the TV. you know, yeah, I appreciate that. And man, I just have fun doing this stuff. I enjoy getting to just share what's going on and try to have fun with it. I talk about all kinds of different things though, from you know just stuff going on that you hear about on the news, my opinion on things. I try to keep realistic opinions about stuff, and if I don't, if I don't know something, I'm proud or humble enough to say I don't know, and maybe I need to learn a little bit more before I make a final decision on things. But also being man enough to take a stand too when you feel like it's necessary, then you go ahead and do that. But I try to talk about all kinds of different things, and I like to play some music. Haven't really been on and done that in a while, so I thought I'd just play a couple. I do original songs for the most part. That was an original song y'all just heard coming in the intro. That's called "Slow It On Down," a song I wrote long, long time ago. It seems like these days. Um, but yeah, just kind of getting through the cold weather and getting through everything. The kids, they've been off from school, not able to get there. The bus is not able to run. Uh, Maybe on the main roads, I guess they'd probably be all right, but on the back roads and stuff, it's still pretty dicey. So, everybody's just kind of chilling at the house, man. That's just the way it goes. But I appreciate every one of you being here, man. Did have 18 in the house, but they realized quick that I wasn't, their style, so they rolled out. But we appreciate them stopping through anyway. For those of you that are still here, I appreciate it. Always good vibes, just hanging out, man, kicking out some good vibes from here in Tazewell, Virginia. trying to get through this cold weather and just praying for all of my neighbors and other folks. I know most of the United States was hit in some form with this cold snap and then the snow and vice versa, the snow and the ice. Ours was ice. It wasn't like people all around us got like feet, not far. They got feet of ice. Well, right here where we were at, or feet of snow, but right here where we were at, it was like we got some snow, but then immediately on top of that, it was like boom, there's just like ice and it just layered up everything. It's as froze solid as I've ever seen. It looks like something on the Antarctic or something, or frozen tundra or something out there. Doesn't look like it definitely don't look like my yard anymore these days. Hey, I see you, Caleb Bill. How you doing? I hope you're staying warm. Appreciate you stopping through. What'd you say, JJ? Said my mom has to work tomorrow, but I don't have. That's cool, man. Well, at least you don't have school. You know, you gotta just make it through. Keep doing what you do. My kid, he didn't have school today. Um, he ain't had school all week, but that's just the way it works. Uh, can't get there. You can't get there safely, and there's some kids that live even farther out than what we do. We live on a hill is our biggest issue. It's not about being far from town because we're not. We're only just about 4 miles outside of town. But that gone. We're up on this hill. It's a fast ride down off this hill sometimes, you know what I mean? Uh, and you may not want it to be, but you know, throw enough salt and stuff on it when it gets just a little bit above 15, 20, 25 degrees and it starts to do something, starts to work. But right now ain't nothing doing nothing. It's just froze solid. And when it gets down like this, man, it's just dangerous cold. But everybody's kept their power here where I'm at anyway, thank God. Everybody's kept their power, still doing good. Yeah, I hope everybody's doing good. Miss Kayla Boo, I appreciate you being here and stopping through. Appreciate that. I see you weekends with Nay, my friend. Appreciate you coming through. And then a bunch of people stopped in and said hi. Appreciate that. Always welcome here, creating change. Spending a little power hour, man. Wanted to talk about just get some of this crazy cold weather stuff out of my talk about it just because it's one of them things like, man, I just can't believe it. I wish I had a better visual for what it's like here, on hand, like in it's so slick. It's just so slick. Like it's the kind like I walked down mom and dad's this evening, say hi to them, have some dinner with them. Dad bought chicken, and man, it's slick. I don't like walking down through there. It's slick. Normally it ain't too bad, but it's just one of them times, man. It froze up solid and your feet don't go through it. They stay on top of it. You will fall, you will get hurt. You will not be rewarded for your adventure out on this fine evening. But welcome to Creating Change. My name is Guy. I appreciate all you guys being here. I hope everybody's safe. I know it's supposed to get down single digits here again, and just stay warm is the main thing, and a little bit of food and water. Don't have to be much to keep people going. So if you're in a position where you can maybe help, then maybe help somebody out or give them a blanket or a warm meal or something. If you do happen to be in a position you could do that, if not, pray. That's a good thing always. So, but just keep people in mind if the smallest little thing can help someone when they're down, needing and they ain't got nothing. So in this time of year, I just don't even know how anybody makes it this time of year out in the weather. Like I just don't even know how they do it. So it weighs heavy on my mind what they have to go through to try to uh survive. Man, there ain't no comfort to be found in position like that, not having no way to get yourself out of the weather, man. You know what I mean? Gotta be able to get out of the weather. Um, so hopefully there's enough warming stations and stuff up open. I know around here, um, they open them up, but still, it just seems to me like people got to be able to get to them. I don't know, man. I don't know what the solve is for that because it just seems like it's such a like they're out in the cold. Like, man, they got to try to venture to wherever one of those warming stations might be. If they don't happen to be right there close to where one's at, so they try to walk or try to get to wherever they're going. It's just a tough situation. So just keep those, keep homeless people and people that are struggling to keep heat and stuff on. Keep them in your thoughts and prayers, and when you can, reach out and help them. I mean, we all get it. Yeah, you can't do much sometimes if you're, in a financial position, such as us. I mean, we got enough to help ourselves, but I do have a blanket. Like if I ran into somebody that needed something like that, like I would certainly do that. Do have blankets and things, and uh, but man, there's people with a lot worse trouble than just a blanket. It's like they don't have even being able to get out of the weather. So, like I said, man, that kind of stuff just I'm just thankful to be, in my little spot. Wind's knocked off of me a little bit, and it's pretty good and warm, and got to fight with the electric a little bit in order to or not fight with the electric, but fight with the water in order to keep the water going. But it's not that big a deal. That like I told my mom the other day, that's like not even. I don't. It don't even bother me any. You know what I mean? I don't even. If that's all we got to deal with. Hey, Peyton, I see you. Hey, CFM, I see you. Good to see you too. Yeah, good to see you, man. I'm on every Wednesday now at 9 o'clock. I try to be right at 9 o'clock. I come on and just to this week, man. It's been such a crazy week of cold weather here where I'm at. Like I could spend the rest of the night just talking about it was so different the way that you know what I mean, the way that it worked. It snowed, but it really wasn't that like, it wasn't a heavy snow. It was just this fluffy kind of bullcrap snow. It was what you call a bullcrap snow. It wasn't really a good one that you could make like a snowman or anything like that. But then the ice rain stuff came, and as soon as it was hitting the ground it was freezing, or as soon as it was hitting the snow on top of it it was freezing, and now it is like a solid sheet of ice on top of the snow. Like it is, and I'm not like I don't weigh enough to punch down through it. Nobody does. It's solid now. Like it is solid all the way to the ground. So I'm just like, man, I mean, at this point, it's dangerous to even get out there and try to walk in the yard. You know how you like if the driveway gets a little slick, you'll walk over in the fluffy part of the snow. Uh-uh. Ain't nothing fluffy about that, man. Only thing fluffy about that is the thought of it because beyond that, it's solid. And everywhere where there's a little snow mound, yeah, you don't step down in it, or a little snow drift, you don't step down in it. You walk on top of it. Craziest It's crazy. It is just crazy, and now tonight, I think it's supposed to be down to 9 degrees, uh, here where I'm at. I don't know what the difference between 9 and 0 at this point. Um, I feel like you don't have much of I wanna say I feel like I don't have much of a chance, uh, without a little bit of heat. So, that's cold. That's cold, and it's been that way for days now, for days, and wind and just all of it. What did he say? I've been sick lately and so well, I hate to hear that, Peyton. Peyton, I hate to hear that. Be praying for you. Hope you get to feeling better. Oh, I know it's been a while. Apologize. I hate to even hear that you've been sick, but I'm so glad that you was able to stop back in. You said I'm in North Ontario, Canada. Oh wow. Yeah, we have lots of snow here. Yeah, yeah, you guys get yeah, you're you guys get a lot of snow. And I mean, we get a little bit, we get enough snow that you need a four-wheel drive of some sort to be able to get up and down the mountain. And but this is not, this ain't like, your normal granddaddy snow here. This is like, this is like Antarctica kind of stuff here, man. It reminds you of the frozen tundra or something. I don't even, it's crazy. It's crazy how solid that this stuff is, man. I can't believe it. I keep saying it, but I can't believe it. Like, I bet my truck would sincerely, like, it wouldn't even break. Well, I know it wouldn't break through. It'd just ride right on top of it now. It's crazy. Crazy how cold it's been. Let's see, Peyton. Sorry to hear it. Yeah, man. Sorry to hear both being sick, man. It is crazy though. It is just crazy, CFM. I I've been through, like, obviously, man, I'm almost 49 years old. Been through several storms, but this one right here, as far as just that ice part, that's just crazy to me how solid everything got out there. Like, it's something else, man. But wow. And then it's not supposed to, I think, warm up until next week. This time next week, another 7 days for it's supposed to get up above freezing. So yeah, yeah, it's just insane. But we only have trouble with our water when it gets down like in the single digits. Um, and it froze up good on us the other night, and whew, but there wasn't nothing you could do about it. Well, I mean, you'd had to try to stay up. I don't even know what you'd have done about it besides have like a heat source to have at it, and we didn't have nothing like that. So yeah, just run back and forth and heat, put the heat gun on for a minute. My dad gave me a heat gun, uh, that you use for like peeling paint, stuff like that. Kind of like a blow dryer on steroids. And you go down there and you can hold that at the pressure switch and dance it around enough and it'll thaw everything out and it kicks on. Um, problem with that is the other night it froze up solid enough that without having the water dripping, there's a spot here that freezes up on me. It kills my water in my bathroom and shower. I got water in the one sink, so you can still get water from it and heat water for cleaning up and be able to, heat or get water for flushing toilets and everything. It's a pain in the butt, but it's better than nothing. But uh man, there just wasn't nothing could be done about it the other night. My sister texted me and she said the water's out, and went down under the house and got it going, and then within an hour, it was froze up again. It's like, well, at some point, you gotta say, "Well, I gotta sleep. I'll just have to unthaw it again in the morning." So that's what, um yeah, see, CFM, I had to do some new water lines here, uh, just 'cause they were old and just all marred up, and we put, PEX in, and I'm thankful that I did that because at least when it does freeze up, then I don't have a bunch of crap breaking on me, or splitting on me. It just thaws out and then it comes back on. But I know what you're talking about. I have a couple spots of the gray, the old gray stuff, still left, and I worry about it freezing up solid and busting, because that's the way it is. Yeah, yeah. Take your time. I'm glad to see you here, CFM. Thank you. Thank you for stopping in, being a part of the conversation. Yeah, from Ontario, Canada. One of my OGs from a long time ago. So we appreciate them being here and being a part of everything. Appreciate all my friends. Peyton Samuels, I appreciate you, one of my OGs. All the people in blue, if you happen to be part of the chat. Anybody that's in blue has been a part of my little journey since day one, pretty much since at least my first year. I'm on my second year, coming on my second year now. But all the people in blue, if you happen to be here and you want to go check out other channels and other content, they do a bunch of other stuff, not necessarily what I'm doing, but a whole different array of things. Some of them are creators, some of them are only consumers. But yeah, anybody that you see in blue has been with me. There won't be no more blues. What blues are in here is the blues that's gonna always be in here. Uh I'm gonna say 99.9% will always be the ones here. There might be a couple that's added because of different reasons, but that's how I'm playing it my first year. I really met some wonderful people and some people that helped me reach milestones on here. And that was one way that I started doing in our live streams back in the day. So I just figure like this, the way that I'm just going to carry forward is that is my moderators. Those are my people that I don't care if they stop in one time a year. From now on, I'll know that they were part of my journey from the beginning. So that's just my special way of marking them. So shout out to all of my moderators. If I don't necessarily get to see or highlight your comment, I'm looking at you and I do see you. Friend Peyton Samuels here, and I see CFM. I appreciate you. And I know I had another there, yeah, Miss Kayla Boo. I appreciate you. And Jay Daly's a new sub. I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much, my friend. And everybody else that stopped in, please hit the like button, subscribe if you feel so led. If not, I really don't care. I just appreciate everybody being here. It's always good vibes, though. I try to keep my comment section. You can tell me how bad you don't like me and all that kind of stuff. That's fine. But be creative with your words and please try not to, you know, try not to be too awful nasty about it. That's what I ask. Other than that, you're free to comment and share amongst yourselves or to me. If I see it, then I'll recognize it. Um, yeah, tonight I tell you that this storm has been on my mind heavy. I just know how bad it got for others because for us it got bad, but it could have been a lot worse as far as not losing our power, not losing, all of our water. We've got a little issue in the bathroom. It's froze up, but as far as we got water in our house, we got a sink with water, so you can make do pretty good, just having water. But boy, there's some out there not too many miles. I know Georgia got, I think, or North Carolina got pretty good layer of icing, and I know um, my my people from Maryland. I know that there was some of them that got a lot of snow and ice and all that. So shout out to you guys. I hope everybody's staying safe, staying warm. That's the main thing. Uh, if you can, stay at home and don't be out on the roads that if at all possible. Um, uh, but other than that, that's all you can do is kind of go with the flow, and that's what we like to do around here anyway. Is just kind of go with the flow, do what we do. Coming up on 9:30, guys. I appreciate everybody being here. Uh, talking about our weather and just getting just having something to do. It's been a struggle to kind of keep your mind occupied because it's so cold. There ain't nothing else to do but just try to keep the kerosene heater fed and like the water from freezing up. So just kind of was looking forward to getting on here and hanging out with everybody, just reaching out to the big world out there. Oh, across the world there, worldwide, baby, worldwide, creating change. Nah, it sounds good. I'm just messing with you guys. I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way. I'm a humble kind of dude. I just enjoy getting on here and talking about what I want to talk about, hence the name YouTube. I have my own style, my own way, and sometimes I like to play music. Sometimes I like to give my opinion. Sometimes I like to do both. And sometimes I just want to talk about some good stuff and just talk about the journey and talk about things that make me feel good and my family. And that's cool too. That's why it's called YouTube, right? For all my creative friends, I try to push that on them. Like, man, it's called YouTube for a reason because the creator needs to be, you need to look in at yourself and at what you like to do and then just share that with the world. You don't have to make it complicated. I mean, I know that there's a lot more to it than just boom that, but in distilling it down to the essence, it is that. Do the things that you really like to do and share it with everybody. If you get 5 views, so who cares? It's 5 people that want to see it. If you get 5 million, awesome. But enjoy the part of sharing what you're doing. That's why I'm on here. I like doing this kind of stuff. I like getting on, having a nice power hour, maybe a little more of just, you guys know that all my blue people, especially. man, I was there for that first year, coming on 2 hours at a time. Me and Shine there for a long time, coming on 2 hours at a time, and then coming on in the evening times, and then, you put your time in and you figure out the way that you like to do things, and I just enjoy being able to talk about, like, I don't wanna label my channel as it's this or this because it's just my YouTube channel, guys, if that makes any sense. It's my YouTube channel. I do me. I do the things that I like to do, and I grow where I see fit, and I add in where I see fit the new things that I do learn, and that's okay. Like, I am my niche, and I mean that in the most sincere, humble sort of way. I do what I wanna do without worry about what anybody else really thinks, and I mean that. Like, I don't ask my family if they care about what I do or anything like that on here. I just made one simple promise to myself, especially, you know, being a man that's walked away from drugs and alcohol and a pretty bad, reputation of just the stigma around it, and been able to put some of those things behind me. Then, I like making it, like making it a point to keep things open where I can do whatever I want to do. There's lots of things I want to share and just get off my head. A lot of times I just want to get on here and talk about things and talk them through. And it doesn't matter if I have somebody on here with me or not. I'll sit here and talk to myself. It's what I do anyway. It's my little spot. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. And I just decided one day I wanted to start recording and start figuring out that journey, figure out how to have a good time and share it with people. Because I figure like this, if somebody don't like what you're doing, I mean, I've been on here enough now to know that if you don't like what somebody's doing, you just flip through. Don't even take a whole lot of strength. You just kindly go like that, and then they're gone. So I play it like that, like, especially with this live streaming stuff, and you come on, you want to talk about the things you want to talk about, um, and as I was saying is like I just made that one simple promise that the things that I do, I will never do nothing that I'm ashamed of in a personal kind of way. I'll always I make sure that I even if it's not perfect, even if maybe whatever, but I'll not be ashamed of my actions or what I did or what I said. Because, being a man that drank and a man that did, a lot of substances for a long time, you look back on those times once you start finding that picture of sobriety, what a clear picture looks like. And you're like, damn, I said some things that, maybe they ain't changing nobody else's life and maybe they ain't give it not one second of thought since then. But for me, it weighs on my brain. It weighs on me sometimes about the things that, you know, you said during, during times of what you felt like was justified anger or emotion, when really you look back on it, and it's like, the sober me is so controlled and so in focus with where I really stand that it's hard to knock me off my game. It's difficult. Not saying it can't be done. I'm not saying that you can't get under my skin. My wife and my kids the best one at it, but they say the people you love are the ones that aggravate you the most sometimes, or rub you wrong sometimes, and that's fine. But from a general public standpoint, and I think anybody in my personal life that knows me would vouch. I, I, I'm hard to, I'm hard for you. I'm hard to know whether you've truly upset me or not, because well, one, it's hard to do that because I just kind of just don't even care about what other people have to say like that. And I don't put myself in positions where that I'm trying to defend. I'm not trying to defend myself for something dumb, or whatever. So, you know, I just don't wanna ever I don't that's the only thing I promised, I guess, myself coming on this little journey as a creator, coming from that side. I try to tie everything in like that in my personal journey, is I try to just make sure that I'm not ashamed of anything, you know? And then beyond that, mistakes and all that kinda stuff, I sincerely think that 90% of the people out there in the world can appreciate somebody just being willing to put it out there, make the mistakes, and carry on, and not let some kind of dumb stuff get them down. And that's where I stand with it, guys. Let me see what you got going on over here, Peyton. Peyton says, CFM says, take care. God bless you. Thank you, CFM. Have a great evening. Thank you for coming by. Peyton Samuel said, how did you meet Sean? Well, I met Sean. There's a fellow creator on here, named, Nemo, phenomenal. And, he has a YouTube channel and has a community, has a community, however you want to say it. And me and Sean were somehow part of that. Like he was part of it on his own, I was part of it on mine. And then we also met. Let's see, I might be wrong with the timeline. We might have met originally at King Explicit during his Keep Posting rally. Um, that might have been the first, and then somehow tied him with but anyway, long story short, phenomenal, uh, Nemo had, mentioned something about, us getting together or us talking or whatever. Anyway, me and Sean, we started watching, each other's videos and commenting back and forth like that, and then one thing led to another, and we ended up, uh, talking about it and talking about, starting, live stream stuff. This was before that even had enough, still trying to make up enough subs to go live, and then made it to that point and started doing little live streams. I think my first couple live streams was playing the guitar and just kind of hanging out. I met Brother Will and a couple others that still come around every so often through them couple live stream. Brother Noble and his daughter, Miss Hazel. And uh but anyway, yeah, we met through another community, but it was really organic, really truly organic, like it was cool. And then we started just bull crapping and kind of talking, man, and did quite a few just conversations behind the scenes, just talking, and started doing live streams, man. Just started doing live streams together. And neither one of us really knew what we were doing. When I first started uh, trying to do the live streams, and I started with StreamYard, got me a computer. This was before me and Shine had gotten going. Man, I didn't even know how to turn the computer on, Peyton. Like for real. I didn't even know how to turn the computer on, didn't know how to do none of that stuff. And yeah, man. So but that is how it was through other communities. That's why I say, like, I'm 1,000% glad that we were able to get to work together like that and get to know each other like that. And no regrets at all. Like we learned a lot. I know that I did, and I can, confidently say I know that Sean did too. You know, he learned a lot. We both did, and you can't do that much time of stuff and not get a little bit better at it, not get to where that you can do a better flow, a better organized thing. Um So yeah, but it also, a lot of the things like that that you learn doing live stream, they carry over to doing recordings as well. So I encourage anybody that wants to do like recordings or likes to have the talking head kind of videos with options of different banners and different things. Man, I've been using the StreamYard now for a year, and I ain't unhappy with it. I don't know if there's better. I ain't never used another. But at this point, as long as they keep having the service that I got, then I'm gonna stick with them because I understand how to use most of the tools that are available. And it can help you with your recordings just recordings, your talking head deals, but it can also help you with obviously help you with your live streaming side of things. So, if you're wanting to get into that kind of stuff, it's definitely worth doing. And it's beginner friendly. And I would venture to say, and I can only say this because I'm speaking for myself, it's very stupid friendly because I was kindly stupid to the whole process at first. But I was able to figure it out and learn to walk through it. And of course, brother Tommy Kenyon at Keeping It Real and he does Instagram, he does YouTube, but he was like my first he is my first YouTube buddy that I remember from a Sean Cannell live stream where I had never chimed in on one before or said anything, or I don't even think I think it was the first time I'd ever been to one. And I just started with YouTube and somehow we wound up, saying hi or whatever. So I always like to give him a shout out because he'll always, he's been super helpful and super friendly and super, about just going with the flow and working with things. So, shout out to him. Always shouting out brother Tommy Kenyon. If you haven't been over to see him, I encourage you go check him out. Definitely a cool dude, and he's got some cool tech advice. And he also does some kind of vlog style videos and stuff like that too, which are pretty cool. Get to see where he's at and everything, what's going on. Um, if I don't like a video, I just go to another video. Yeah, I hear you. Pay me too. Yeah, I, I, I just don't have time to sit and listen to something I don't like long enough to type a bad comment or like to like get into it or anything because it's like I just don't even want to hear it. You know what I mean? Like I just don't even want to hear it. So therefore, I just click right on through. I just go find something I do. I just go find something I don't mind to listen to, and then I don't worry about it. But there's some that, man, they wanna try to trip you up or catch you up or, "What do you think about this?" or, "Why not that?" They'll try to do that to you to death, and when you're doing it depends on the live stream version that I'm doing. The version like this where I'm sitting down hanging out, I don't mind to try to keep up with comments and, like, talk with everybody. But then when you're doing other stuff, other topics, you can't read every comment if you got a bunch of people in there and then you got some that's upset and they don't like what you're saying. Well, I can't read all that. Get you can't see you can't do that. You can't worry about that. Um, but as for like this style, then it's like you do what you want. Um, okay, you've been on the panel. Okay, with Tommy. Yeah, he's a wonderful dude. Hey, there's brother Tim. What's up, brother Tim? How you doing, my man? Shout out to you. Appreciate you being here, man. Thank you. There ain't a whole lot going on, dude. It is just cold, 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 bro. Brother Tim lives just right down the road from me. I'm pretty much pointing at his house right now. So he knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's this crazy ice layer of just nonsense, man. I I just can't believe it, man. You can't walk in the yard, you will die. You will fall. Your hind end will meet the ground really, really, really fast. And I do not recommend. Even jogging in place would be dangerous at this point out there. You know, uh, Not recommended. But anyway, shout out to brother Tim. Appreciate you, man. Personal friend of mine. We met him through a little deli that me and my best friend had out here at town, and we just happened to be neighbors too, and everything. Beyond that, so shout out to him. And I got Peyton Samuels, and like I say, all the people that's in blue are people that have been here since my first year, and well early in my first year. So I just like being able to glance over and see that. And of course, there'll be a couple others that get added along the way. I'll get you put on there, brother Tim. You're a personal friend, but for the most part, my blue, anybody you see in blue is somebody that has been here since my little journey began. So, if you're looking for other content to get to watch or things, there's people do all kinds of stuff. Some are just creators, or some are creators, and some are just consumers. But anybody that's in blue has been a part of my journey for a while, so I can at least vouch for them in that kind of way, and they've been good enough to me. So that's my good word about everybody. And I've been to most of their channels and checked out what they got going on at some point. Um, that was one of my main things, was like people didn't get turned blue until you kind of recognized their channel and had seen them at other places or got, whatever. So that's kind of why you see some in blue and some not. So appreciate all of you guys that are here with me, man, no matter whether you're moderator or whether you're just kind of listening in and hanging out. I appreciate it. I hope everybody's staying safe and warm. Man, it has just been absolutely uh, stupid around here as far as just the ice and just being froze up and just dumb. It's just been dumb. It's just been dumb. There's nothing else to say about it other than that. But that's all right. No live on location shots of the weather. I can just tell you that, like, right out there on the other side of my window is a nightmare of cold and wind and ice. And the temperature is pretty cold. And it's been pretty cold. And I think it's supposed to stay pretty cold. And, if I have any updates to bring, I will bring them as new information comes in. uh, as like if I get up to get more coffee and I look outside and it's warmer, then I'll let you know. If not, you'll know that it's probably still pretty cold out there. But yeah, it's supposed to be like that till next week. So, shout out to everybody that's got to get out and ride on this stuff or get out and try to navigate, man. Just be careful. Remember, it's ice. It's definitely ice. It's definitely chunks of wonderfully fine chunks of ice out there. It's froze solid. Like, our yard is froze solid. I ain't never seen it where the whole yard is just froze like a just it is slick. Slick froze. You ain't getting out there and walking around. You ain't getting out there and walking. You mess up. You get out there and walk around, my friends. You mess up. But coming up on 9:48, I appreciate everybody being here, trying to get my power hour in. Man, love coming at everybody with some live action. Um, this cold weather kind of just it freaks you out just a little bit because you're kind of at the mercy of it. But thankfully, man, we've been able to keep power and got food and able to come and go. The roads cleared off thanks to our neighbors keeping it done and doing a good job. And we appreciate them. They may not know it, but we appreciate them, and they get prayers, and they definitely you know they definitely have found favor in my eyes as far as just you know being the kind of people who look out for other people. I mean, and now I know that they're selfishly doing it. They got to come and go too. But the truth of the matter is, they're helping us as well. And they would help you out personally, even if they didn't need to. But they do a good job. So I just want to recognize them for keeping our road going and keeping everybody doing the best that they know how to do, and getting us down off this mountain. And hopefully, here in another week, guys, we'll make it up to the balmy temperature of 32, which will feel awesome. I'm not gonna lie, that will feel outstanding. I'll take it. But, we're making it, guys. We're making it. We're gonna pull through. Man, it pretty much hit our whole country in some form or fashion. If you didn't get snow, you got ice, and if you were fortunate, real fortunate and lucky, you got both. You got the snow and you got the ice. This was a good one. This was a good one, and it ain't far from here. That some people got snow that was measured in feet, and we got very little snow to really talk about. It was that wimpy, like dusty kind of snow. It didn't You couldn't do nothing with it. But boy, then it come up that freezing rain and stuff, and it was like, good Lord. It couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. The first day it wasn't so like it was kind of froze up, but you would still crack through. You ain't cracking through nothing now. No, no. You stomp down with your feet, you're just stomping down to have your feet fly out from under you. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. Best bet's just not even walk on it. I'm hoping that the water doesn't quit on me this evening, because my trail that I walk around through there done mashed down, and now it's slick as a peeled onion. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Crazy, 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 fun stuff. But man, guys, I appreciate everybody coming in, hanging out. Peyton Samuels, I see you, and I appreciate you. And Tim Ward, I see you, brother. Brother Tim in the house, man. CFM Rocks was here through earlier, man. Bunch of other people. We had Caleb Boo. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for stopping in. And Jay Daly said he knew something. We appreciate you, my friend. Thank you. Appreciate all of the new people that stopped in and said howdy. I appreciate you guys. My name is Guy. This is Creating Change. Here we just like to talk about the things that we want to talk about, but we try to keep it respectful and mindful, and you know, try to look at things as best we can. And then there's times, man, I just want to talk about the things that's going on around me. Uh, I'm not in this for fame. This is a medicine for me. As I've said in the past, yeah, it's nice to set your goals of, oh, I want to be monetized, or oh, I want to be this. And I get those emails from people and those sales pitches of, well, you can take what you're doing and you can do this and you can do that. But at what expense? Does that mean that now I have to make something that I find very therapeutic and a whole lot of fun? Now do I gotta make this a medicine and just take it? The second that it becomes that way, it's not worth it to me, and I don't care about how many dollars it is. So, I just make it a point to make this part of my little journey in life. It's a very small part of it. If I make $1, fine. If I don't, that's fine too, because my reward has nothing to do with money. My reward has to do with a mind dump, a way to get some things off my head. Because regardless of whether I was in here recording, or I was just in here playing my guitar, or I was just in here, I'd probably be saying the same things. And I know that that sounds crazy to people. That sounds like, man, you got a problem. Well, maybe I do. But whether I was recording or not, I'd probably be having this same conversation. So for me, this is a way for me to chronicle those times in my life when I had something weighing on me. And it's not always heavy. It's not always that way, but this has been my way of letting things out into the air, saying things to get them off of my brain, and sometimes maybe putting something out there that maybe somebody else can pick up and do something with. Oh, so that's just the way that I approach this whole YouTube journey. I really don't, don't have no expectations of anything other than this is a journey, a micro journey within the big one of life. I'm just like, I enjoy coming in here and every so often being able to have a chance to talk some things out, and doesn't doesn't matter to me if it's something that anybody else needs. Maybe they don't need it and they move on. Maybe nobody needs it. You know how many times I've been in here when there was 0 people in here? A lot. And I still had the same conversation. I still had the same thought process behind I just need to talk about some things. I need to say some things out loud so that I can hear, how I'm really feeling about something, you know? So whether I had this camera going and a little microphone stuck in front of my face or not, I would still be having the same conversation, as crazy as that sounds. So why not just hit record? Maybe have a topic once in a while to talk about. Sometimes I just need to sometimes I just need to have a release. Sometimes I just need to be able to talk some things out because maybe I don't have the person to talk to about it at that particular time. Or maybe I just don't want to. Maybe this is my way of getting things said. Move on. And I'm fine with that. If that's my payment, that's good. I'll take that because bottling that crap up don't work. Having things on your mind and not having a release point or a way to feel like you bring things to a close or to an end or get things said, man, that's bothersome. That'll aggravate the hell out of you. But sometimes, for me, what I used to think was me and the devil having this battle in my ears. I think I finally figured out that it's not me and the devil having this battle between my ears. It's me and God talking things through. It's just me and God having just trying to figure things out. And that's all right. And sometimes just coming in and doing this makes me feel better. I don't care if anybody else really likes it or not. I hope that people enjoy it. If they don't, move on. Either which way, I'm getting my reward from it. You know what I mean? Yeah, you feel me? I see you, Drew D. I see you. I hope I'm saying that right. It's internal battles. It's internal battles. And for a long time I used to think that it was like this good evil, this good versus evil thing. Well, I don't feel like I'm an evil person, so that would be the wrong way to judge it. It is an internal battle. It's for me as a Christian man, I believe that it's just me and God having our back and forth and getting things worked out and talking about it. And sometimes, as crazy as it sounds, saying things out loud to the air helps. It just you can hear what you're thinking. You can hear out loud, and it helps me. So that's how I carry it. That's how I carry it, man. Yeah, thank you, brother Tim. Yeah, Drew, we all do it. Yeah, indeed, indeed. And Christ is Lord. Uh, you know, that's what I'm saying along this little venture as I started these little YouTube videos back a year and a half ago now. I didn't realize it until I did it a few times. Like, man, you're just. It's kind of like going to a psychologist that didn't cost me anything other than to just maybe make yourself vulnerable just a little bit to the outside world or appear vulnerable. But I think strength in a man or a woman is found in being able to be vulnerable and be okay with that and say, okay, I'm all right with people knowing that. I'm okay with that, you know? And that's that's been my eye opener here is like, you know, it's YouTube. Hence the name YouTube. You do what makes you feel good about it. You make content, people like it, fine. If they don't, you have to be fine with that. I mean, at least for me in my journey. I've been on here a hell of a lot more with nobody in here than with anybody in here. The release is found through just having the forum, the platform, the opportunity to speak things. Yeah, cheap therapy indeed. Yeah, yeah. That is so true. A lot of them are seem like some crazies, don't they? I mean, you know, waste of money. I've tried it. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, good night, brother Tim. Have a good day at work, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. Brother Tim Moore down here, man. He's a personal friend of mine, neighbor. I'm kind of pointing at his house there. So appreciate you, man. Thank you very much for being here, man. Have a good day at work tomorrow. Um, if you make streams like this where you just talk, eventually you will get audiences. Yeah, I think so. But I think also like the one realization that I came to is that how sincere are you to that cause? And what I mean is, for me to reach the folks that I would like to reach, I feel like that there is a touch more to it than just consistency. Not taking away from what you're saying at all, because I believe that too. Consistency is key because my star don't shine bright enough that I can just expect that my uber talent is gonna, one and done me and be good. But I also know that learning the skills of proper SEO and trying to learn how to do titles and trying to learn how to do thumbnails is all a part of the process of trying to reach that broader audience that you might could introduce yourself to and introduce the struggles that you've seen, introduce the way that you're able to work things out, and just have a good conversation around something maybe that others want to talk about or hear about or just listen to or whatever. And then it created this journey inside of me of trying to figure out good sound. So then, I went from having a phone that I was doing live streams on to now I got this streaming camera, a microphone, an interface, a computer. Hell, a year and some change ago, I didn't even Big Jack had to come on here and on while I was on live stream, I couldn't even figure out how to get the camera on, how to slide the cameras. I didn't even know how to do that. So, it starts you on this journey, but I think staying true blue to that, Peyton, is key. Is your message. What are you about? And staying true blue to that, trying to find your way of reaching that broader audience without twisting yourself to a point that you're not comfortable with. Like, I want to talk about things that maybe rub people wrong. And not because I wanna rub people wrong, I wanna introduce to people that that's part of life, but that doesn't mean I have to hate you or dislike you or vice versa because you don't like something I said, because I'm showing you due respect and love in return, want the best for you and your family. I just don't agree with you on a specific topic maybe. And I think that's become a big problem with the world today is like, you know, just because something rubs you a little wrong does not mean that is something, to be scared of or to feel like is something that shouldn't be done. No, no, it's the freedom of different thoughts. I mean, how do you change? How do you grow in life? Like, I've met a lot of my, friends later in years, maybe not see them for 15 years or something, or talk to them for that long, and then you talk to them and you see that they're still the core same kind of people, but at the same time, they've changed a lot in their ways of thinking and grew a lot because that's life. That's what you do. You make those little bit of changes. So I would say, I agree 100% with you, Peyton, in figuring out your way of, like, I've been trying personally, I'll tell you, I mean, I like, my whole journey on here has been about showing you guys how I don't know nothing about YouTube, but I've showed from the very beginning, this is what I'm doing, this is how I'm doing it, not necessarily live streams, all live streams, but YouTube videos, live streams, just learning all these things and then applying them as best as I can. I mean, you know? But once again, I keep my core value of this is a way, this is something, this is for me. Ultimately, this is for me, and I share it with the world. But it's ultimately the payoff is mine. I get to have me a good cup of coffee, and I get to talk about topics that are of my choice, uh, in my way, and there ain't really nothing anybody can say about it. As long as I'm following the guidelines of YouTube as a YouTube partner, and I'm doing that right, then I reckon there ain't nobody can really say anything to me. They can take a long walk off short pier if they don't like it, you know? And that's basically, I think, how all of us have to do all of our content, whether it's live streaming, whether it's just making videos. Is ultimately you're trying to find your audience, but you're also, you're staying true blue to you, and learning about trends, learning about topics, and learning about how you tie your personal stuff in to other things that maybe people are looking for, and all these kind of things. It's a journey, guys. It's a journey, and you're not going to hit home runs all the time. Man, people are in the Hall of Fame that had like 260 batting averages, but when they did hit, it was a home run or it was a base hit. You know what I mean? Like, it's about just staying with the program and learning the little technical things along the way. You know, I don't care. I mean, to me, every win, even right now, especially my first year, everything I did was a win. Everything I did was a win. I monetized the channel in 11 months. That's pretty darn good for somebody that didn't even know how to load up a YouTube channel. So I give myself that win. Now, does it mean you make any? I'm not talking about numbers. I'm just saying that was a goal. That was like, okay, that was a goal. I made that goal. Now it's about trying to figure out how I stay true blue, but then, okay, create my offer and then put it out there for people. That's what you got to do in sales. You create your offer and you put it out there. I've said many times, I'm eligible to have memberships and all that stuff on my channel, but I'm not putting a membership out there till I feel like that I'm ready. When I'm ready and I have my offers available, and I'm ready to put it out to the world, then there it'll be. Whether anybody wants it or not, don't matter at that point. I've done the best I can with it up to then. And that's the way I'm carrying it. Like, I've took my time with learning about those things and not getting ahead of the system, which for me, that's tough because I wanna jump out and do and hurry. I've purposely held off on, like, I coulda already been doing, memberships, already been doing that, but I just accept at the level that I'm at. And right now, whether anybody wants to believe it or whether yourselves as a person you wanna believe it, you're earning your right to get to monetize this with every effort that you put in. Because no matter what level you're at, there's somebody that's below you in that particular thing that maybe could use something that you have. So therefore you have something of value. And the trick is, I mean, I don't know these guys that are actually doing it. It's the things that they talk about, and it's what makes sense from a common man sense standpoint is like finding your way to present it, having a good vibe. Maybe people pay to work with you for the same knowledge because they like the person that you are, or they see the fairness in your offer, or whatever it is, you know. But when you're starting out, for me, I got to keep reminding myself, like, okay, when you start new at stuff, you got to give yourself time to learn things in order to be, um, in order to have any, for myself to have the confidence to monetize anything or to try to sell anything or to try to create anything as a membership thing, then I needed those things I needed to learn technical skills and things. Even though on paper might say that you're ready, like, hey, you can offer this or you can offer that. Okay. And then what? I don't even know what thought, like, so I see you there. I see you there, Capture Dandy. He said, "Get off the internet, you old bag." Hey, it ain't too often I get called old, but I appreciate it, man. Uh, at least I did make it to this point. With an attitude like yours, buddy, you might have a hard time getting to this particular primed up level without without all the scars and the stuff. But yeah, man, it's all a journey. Then you got little road bumps and stuff. Get off the internet, you old bag. Well, that hurt my feelings. That kinda hit right home, right home. But, oh, man, that's funny. Guys, I appreciate every one of y'all coming through and hanging out with me for a little while, man. It's been a treacherous week here in my little area, and I know all around everywhere. Uh, it just sucks for everybody, but just keep some good thoughts, good prayers for, your neighbors, and if you have a chance to help somebody out, then give them a helping hand real quick, you know? And if you don't have nothing else, you got prayers. You can say a prayer for those people and, hope that they're able to stay warm and stay healthy through this stuff. And I think we got some temperatures supposed to come up at least to 32 in the next week or so. So we'll just keep looking for that. But guys, I appreciate y'all being here. My name is Guy. This is Creating Change. Um, Hit the like button, subscribe, share if you feel so led. If not, I really don't care, guys. I just appreciate y'all being here. Good vibing. I appreciate everybody coming through, even Capture Dandy. I appreciate you. He said, "Get off the internet, you old bag." Well, this old bag's gonna get off the internet because it's past my bedtime. And us old folks, we got to be mindful of that. Stay gold, Pony Boy. I see you, Drew D. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for stopping through. Peyton Samuels, I appreciate you. And Tim Moore, Drew D. Appreciate the conversation. Appreciate everybody coming through. Always good vibes to all of my beautiful people. Guys, this is a little song I wrote a long time ago called Just So Many Miles Between Us. The little guitar that I'm playing is a Gretsch that my family sent to me as a gift. And just so happened that the song that I'm playing is a song that I wrote about them. So, guys, till next time, always good vibes to all of my beautiful people. Y'all take care. Just so many miles between us, there can be so many more. Been so long since I've seen you, some I've never seen before. Well, I make a promise to myself, God knows I'll keep. I won't let the miles between us be so long in between. It's worth every rest stop, and Daddy, I need to pee, so my son can be around the ones that mean so much to me. Well, I want him to know you and love you all just like me. I won't let the miles between us be so long in between. As the miles go by, my mind begins to go to the memories I've made from so many years ago. And I make a promise to myself, God knows I'll keep. I won't let the miles between us be so long in between. It's worth every rest stop, and Daddy, I need to be, so my son can be around the ones that mean so much to me. Well, I want him to know you and love you all just like me. I won't let the miles between us be so long in between. I won't let the miles between us be so long